We've already covered a wide array of topics, but what about what you should do when your roommate is too loud for you to study? Holly Stahl has you covered.
Thompson Library is a campus icon located on the west side of the Oval. Its 11-story tower provides a view of campus and the city of Columbus unlike any other. Because of its size, there are many places within the library to study. You can sit in the larger rooms, always busy with students, or you can break away and try to find yourself a private corner desk to set up in. The 18th Avenue Library, formerly known as SEL, Science and Engineering Library, is another popular place to study on campus. This library is open 24/7, but you must present a Buckeye ID between the hours of 11:30 p.m. to 7:30 a.m. This library features 4 floors and a basement, with the top floor being the quiet floor, and most recently the 3rd floor was renovated to be a research commons area. The Geology Library, located inside Orton Hall, is a library not as well known to students. It has limited table spaces, but is always quiet and features some very cool scenery that you should check out. If you ever find yourself on West Campus, there are a few libraries out there for you to utilize. The Veterinary Library is located within the Veterinary Medicine Academic Building on the 2nd floor. The Food, Agriculture, and Environmental Sciences, FAES Library, is located within the Agricultural Administration Building on the 1st floor. Depending on your major, some buildings have specific study spots for you to utilize, such as the Biological Sciences/Pharmacy Library, the Fine Arts Library, the Health Sciences Library, and the Law Library. I talked to one student to see where her favorite campus study spot is.
I'd say my favorite study spot is the Architecture Library in Knowlton Hall because there's a cafe down there which makes it really convenient to get coffee and a muffin to help you while you're studying, and it's quiet in a place that not many people know about.
Between all your biology, calculus, and writing courses, there has to be a little fun in your schedule. Buckeye TV's Ryan Vonderhaar knows just what you need to take.
On my episode of 401, we're going to be learning about Ohio State classes that you probably haven't heard about. Now that I'm a senior, I've taken a couple of these fun classes that maybe aren't major related, but they're a lot of fun, and you probably wouldn't have learned about this stuff if you didn't come here to Ohio State. And now as a senior, I'm able to list some of these out. So we're going to hear from some people who have taken some of these out of the ordinary fun classes. Enjoy.
The more fun classes that I took here during my career at Ohio State was a soccer course. So this course happened over at the ARC on West Campus, and we learned about how to handle the ball better, more control of the ball, and better game technique. And that was really neat because in high school soccer, my coach knew all these different ways to have us practice, but I wasn't sure how he learned them. I didn't know if he picked them up from his coach and they just got passed down the line. But it turns out you can take courses and learn this stuff. So not only did we get to enjoy the class, have a little bit of physical activity to start off our morning, but we also really got to learn about how to teach future generations of soccer players.
I took beer and wine class. It's Food Science Technology 1120. It's pretty free form, very loose structured. You get 4 units at the beginning of the semester. It's all online. You get a deadline for each unit and just have your stuff in by the time it comes around. You got a couple quizzes and stuff for each chapter, and then just an exam and an activity. So you get a basic overview of alcohol and history is the first one, and then there's a different focus on each. You've got beer is the first unit, and then you've got wine and then liquor. You get a nice historical context on each of them, and then you go through and you find out and you learn about each the different classifications and what makes what, and you learn about all the different types and kinds and everything, and where they come from and how people use them. It's a really interesting class. For somebody that doesn't know a lot about it, it was a really nice opportunity to get in and learn some new stuff about our culture and how we've developed and how this giant social drive comes along with it. So yeah, that was really the class for this semester. It's been good. I've really enjoyed it. I recommend it to anybody. You don't really need any prereqs or anything. If you need a nice little 2-credit filler, go for it.
Did you ever think that you would take a class like this at Ohio State?
I thought about it. There's always there's always, if you got some extra space, you think about what you might like to take to fill up those free credits. Just someplace you don't have any experience or any expertise. Just a little something to broaden your exposure to the world. And this has been something really cool for me. So I can grow up with a lot of exposure into that kind of culture. So it's really neat to learn about. It's very different for me anyways, and I would really recommend it.
So a fun class that I took sophomore year at Ohio State is a golf course. Basically, I didn't have a lot of golf experience going into the class, but I'd taken a few lessons in the past. It taught me a lot about improving my short game. It was in the RPAC. My wedge game, working out of sand bunkers, things like that. It was pretty cool.
Don't go away just yet, as we will round out this edition of Campus 401 with the best spots around Columbus for food and live music.
Right after this.